Okay, next topic which we are going to do are basically two topics we have to discuss side by side. One is video conferencing, another is web conferencing. Video conferencing is playing a very, very important role. You see, most of you are attending Zoom classes, right? And so is web conferencing is also important, right? Video conferencing means what has to happen is you know it that you need to have a webcam, you need to have a microphone. That means your video and your audio is being recorded, and that audio and video is being passed on using internet, right? But here we have to understand one mechanism, that audio and video altogether it's a very, very large kind of data. Fine. So what happens, every video conferencing software compresses the data at first. First it separates the audio and video, these two items. Fine. They compress the video and the audio, and then they transmit the compressed data through internet, so that very less amount of data, or less sized data, I can put it this way, less sized data to be traveled through internet. And when it goes to the receiving end, okay, again what has to be done is decompression of the data. Okay, you have compressed the data from the sender's end, so you have to decompress it in the receiving end. This is done by a software. Basically a software is used for that, and that software is called codec. Okay, I don't know whether you have heard of it. This particular software is called codec. Okay, there are different kinds of codec available. Now, the codec which is used to compress, the similar kind of codec has to be used to decompress also, right? So that is how basically the data, I mean the audio and the video, they are compressed, they are separated, compressed, passed in the internet. In the receiving end, 1 second they are decompressed and they are joined together in order to make it appear like a video, real-time video. Fine. Video conferencing actually started from the 3G. With 3G technology, video conferencing has already started, but that time with 3G, the bandwidth, the data transmission speed, as you know, that it was not very good. So the video conferencing was possible, but it used to stop in between. There used to be a lot of buffering in between. Okay, with the 4G technology that I discussed with you, the latency basically reduced. So in the real-time video conference, the real-time video chat has become possible with the introduction of 4G, and very specifically with 4G LTE technology. 4G LTE technology, long-term evolution. With this technology, it is possible for us to see the real-time video more effectively. Now, video conferencing, you know that you give a video link to that. Okay, you send a web link. With that you can basically, many people can basically meet together. People are able to see each other because everybody need to have a webcam. Everybody need to have a microphone to talk to. On the other hand, web conferencing is slightly different. Web conferencing is used basically in a situation when there is one speaker or a group of speakers, they are in one end, and many other people are present from on the other end. What I mean to say is mainly web conferencing is used for the training. I'm not saying that video conferencing cannot be used for the training purposes. Yes, video conferencing also can be used for the training. But if you're talking about a massive training, many people are to be trained, to be spoken to be part of a seminar, and a group of people, limited number of people are addressing them, then you need to go for web conferencing. Because in web conferencing, what happens? A group of people basically address a large number of people. So when there is a large number of people involved, you can go for web conferencing. Web conferencing basically means that the participants, those who are listening to the conference, those who are part of the conference, they may have a video camera, that is, they may have a web camera, they may not have web camera, because their video is not so important here. Fine. The people or the body, those who are basically conducting the seminar or meeting, they are called the moderators. Fine. So, or the host. So host has to be seen. Sometimes the communication is interactive, like if I imagine this is host and these are the participants, right? So sometimes it is one-way communication, like host only is delivering his lectures, showing various things, and the participants are able to see. And sometimes it is like double-ended. Like sometimes participants are allowed to put up questions, put up their views in a web conference, and sometimes they are inactive, they are not given any chance to speak to or send text messages. Only one way the communication happens. In web conference, there is another facility. There are two types of web conference. First of all, there is one is called webcast. One is called webcast. Another is called webinar. Okay. In webinar, basically it is two-way communications. That means you can interact with the host. You can put up your questions, and this interaction happens through instant messaging, maybe, or maybe through, there is a concept called whiteboard. What is whiteboard? It is a virtual board kind of a thing, where basically the agendas of the meetings are noted, various files, documents which you are going to show for the training or for the meeting, that can be kept preloaded over there. So there are various ways the communications are possible between participant and the host. Here the video is not so important. Participants will be able to see the host, but it is not important for the host to see the participant, not necessary. Okay. And in webcast, what happens, it is one-way communication. Like host is just giving the lectures, giving training on various things, talking about various issues, and you are only able to listen to that. Only that much. Okay, let us study by the seeing the difference between the two. On the other hand, what happens in video conferencing, the advantage is you get the HD quality video transmission. The proper, very good quality of video audio transmission you get. Fine. So what happens, video conferencing is very, very important for a shorter meeting or smaller meeting, you can say. When a group of people have to meet, board of directors have to meet and take a decision, and that involves verification of documents. Somebody wants to show a document. Here in video conferencing, what can happen? The participants also can communicate to each other. Participants can see each other. But in this, participants cannot see each other, right? In web conference, participants cannot see each other. So video conferencing, the basic trait is the basic feature is that it is supposed to give you a very high quality of video and audio. But that high quality of video and audio is not possible through web conferencing. The web conferencing can happen generally two ways. Either you can be given a link, fine. One way is you have to have the web conferencing, that particular software. You can get into that software, and just like the way you do, you click on the link, okay, to get into the video conferencing, the same way you can do so. And another thing is that you don't have to download any software or anything. You will be just provided a link. You just click the link and get into a virtual room, and then be a part of basically the web conference. That happens mainly with the webcasting. Okay, it uses just a link and you get into a room. But if you want to be the part of the proper web conferencing where two ways communication will be possible, in some cases you may have to download a particular web-based application in your system. So that is the basic difference between web and video conferencing. In both cases, advantage-wise, remember, case study-based question will mostly involve training. Remember this, training of employees of an organization, and the resource person is at a remote area. So being there in the remote area, he can easily train either by video conferencing or by web conferencing. Both are possible. If number of trainees, the people those will be trained, are too large in numbers, then obviously you'll go for web conferencing. Fine. The next item, the next topic that I will discuss here today is firewall. Okay, what is firewall? Firewall is basically a security system. What is a security system? Firewall, mainly it is a software. Okay, generally this software is installed in a proxy server, in a proper server client model. Okay, what happens, this software basically helps you, it monitors all the outgoing and incoming traffic. Fine. And it decides that which traffic to allow and which traffic not to allow. That is the job of firewall. So you can easily make out its prime job is to check which traffic is coming in. Any malicious code is trying to enter. Like in HIRS we have internet connections. Through internet somebody has requested a particular file, but maybe that file is accompanied by Trojan horse, you never know. If the firewall system, the security system is able to detect that there is a suspicious thing which is getting into the HIRS network, so it will stop that traffic there. Now here we are talking about when mainly data is going to travel from a wide area network, that is internet, to a local area network. There basically the firewall is placed. So basically we are talking about the data packets. Okay, so it has to move in internet. The data has to move by the packet switching technique. So every data packet is being monitored by the firewall, right? And then it decides which one doesn't contain any malicious code, not containing any harmful code. It lets it pass to the network, otherwise it stops. Similarly, the network traffic which are going out, that is also checked properly. For example, I am there, here is the firewall, here is my internet, right? And I am accessing one of the systems in HIRS. And from there, you know, we have blocked a couple of sites like Facebook, various social networking sites we have blocked. Also, like we don't appreciate people accessing the online shopping sites like Snapdeal and all other things. So this stopping also can be done by the firewall. So what I was trying to say, that say I am trying to request to open the website of say Flipkart, and Flipkart can be blocked from here. So the moment my request goes, the firewall software basically will check what kind of request is being made. Shall I pass that request or shall I not? So if it is already barred here, then what will happen? It will not pass the request. So that is how basically it checks the incoming traffic for malicious codes, and outgoing traffic also it restricts if it is restricted, if it is supposed to be restricted or supposed to be stopped. So basically it is being checked at this point. Sometimes this firewall can be a personal firewall also. What is the meaning of personal firewall? For example, nowadays mostly we are using Windows 10. Windows 10 itself, the software itself, the operating system itself has a very, very strong firewall. That means most of the virus, most of the Trojan horse, most of the spyware it is able to detect very easily. Fine. Why it was thought of? Because most of us use free Wi-Fi's. When you go to the restaurant, when we go to the airports and all, we get the free Wi-Fi and we try to use it. But that free Wi-Fi, how much protected it is, you do not know, right? So if you have a very strong firewall inbuilt in your computer or in your phone, then what will happen? It will at least check the traffic which is coming in. So this kind of firewall can be called a personal firewall. And general firewall means when you install a firewall software, okay, that is, there is a very popular software called Komodo, okay, Komodo firewall. And sometimes when you install the router, with the router's administrator setting also you can set the firewall. That is another way of setting it. Okay, so both the ways it plays a very, very important role. So in a case study based question, if you ever come across that an organization wants to monitor every traffic that comes in or goes out, that means definitely we are talking about a firewall. Firewall usually a software, but since firewall is installed in a proxy server, you can say, some people say it's a combination of software and hardware, but actually it's a software. Okay, so we will do only this much today.